Okay, can I just show? Can I hold this up and
Go for it, absolutely, yes.
it's probably not doing any justice, to be honest with you.
I'll tell you what, let's give it a bit of light. I think there's a bit of battery power left in there. There you go. It's just
iPad 1. That's an iPad 1, isn't
this
it?
is an iPad 1. I mean, I will be honest with you, some of the new applications that I've started running on this have started to show a little bit of lag.
Oh, really?
Just now, just recently, but they're still 100% usable.
That's
And
ace.
don't forget that the predictions are that the iPad 3 will be with us by the end of March, although that is mere speculation.
Do you reckon? Because they reckon it might just be an iPad 2S or something, don't they?
I mean, to be fair, Apple play things really close to the chest. They're one company that you can't get anything out of them. Even the Apple employees are like, we don't know.
Yeah.
And it's a case of you just have to wait and see. The one bit of interesting information that has kind of done the rounds is the fact that it will have an A6 quad-core chip in it, which basically means you're looking at twice the processing power yet again that you've got over the iPad 2, and this is only beneficial to people who are doing music production.
Yeah, sure.
Because you will be able to do some amazing processing power things. It's genius. It really
Now
is.
I've currently just got the Lima.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah, absolutely.
Could you?
Yes, you can.
That's still
But I mean, you must consider with the Lima is basically a controller.
Yes.
It's not generating any sound. It's
Yeah,
as
of course,
such. It's,
yeah.
what the Lima is, we should actually mention that. I mean, before the iPad was even out, there was a device called Lima by Jazz Mutants, an independent company.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
Very expensive though. That's
It was
problem.
about 1,500 quid or something.
Oh, was it? I thought it was like about $4,000.
Oh, that one, a special one. Yeah,
It's
it's
got
probably
played.
great. But it was fantastic. It was the first really portable touch surface
Completely.
controller, open source, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you could completely
absolutely.
move everything around and customise it. So Daft Punk use it on their live
Absolutely,
shows.
yeah. But now the iPad has really come into its own, and it's multi-touch.
Yeah.
You've got the facility pretty much running everything. So Jazz Mutant actually released the Lima it's about a month ago now,
Yeah.
I should think.
32 quid.
32 quid as opposed to £1,500, and it does the same. And there's templates for it. It's basically like having a chunk of Starship Enterprise on your lap.
Yeah.
It looks great. It's
great
fantastic.
description.
It's really good actually. The great thing about that, this is something else that the iPad is phenomenal at, is controlling your software, controlling your computers or controlling hardware. I mean, I use an app on here called AC7.
Right.
I run Logic and Ableton in my studio,
Yes.
and this negates the need for me to have a physical mixer there, because if I boot this up here and just boot AC7 Core up, boom, straight away, it comes up and it looks like a mixing surface,
Right.
and it's phenomenal. I don't know how good this is
Can we
coming
see
out,
this all right?
but,
Yeah, nice.
There we go, how's that for you? Lovely. 8 faders,
Yeah.
a rotary dial, so you can scrub, you can shuttle, you've got complete control over your volume controls, but more importantly, no wires. So I can sit anywhere in the room, sit there, listen to my track and mix. It's even got the transport controls on it as well.
No way.
Absolutely, it's got mute controls on it, solo record, all your mixer and transport recording facilities are on here. And as long as you're on a Wi-Fi network, or connected to the same Wi-Fi network, you can control your software, your computer, everything is at your fingertips via the iPad.
And is there any latency?
Nothing at all. This is one thing that concerned me when I started seeing these applications come out, was I was expecting to see some kind of delay, because in the music world we know that delay and latency is commonplace.
Yeah.
Unless the drivers are written correctly or you've got everything set up perfectly. But this is instant response, and this just goes to prove how far we've come with this sort of technology.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have dreamt of this a few years ago. Now it's here, it's now, and one of this app will cost you about £6.
What's that called?
AC7 Pro.
Okay.
I think it's done by a company called Saiterasoft, S-A-I-T-E-R-A. You can look that one up, yeah.
So
But it's genius, it's great. It's
So
really
you
good.
could like, I'm just thinking of an application, say how we could use this for say BiTjAM or in schools. You could be passing this around and letting the kids control and mix
what's going on, yeah, absolutely.
without maybe getting on your laptop.
Absolutely, it keeps you away from it. It's nice because it gives you more of a more traditional way of working than just with a mouse. Because okay, you haven't got the grip of faders or a knob to turn as such, but you've got a visual representation and a touch-sensitive representation of a physical mixing environment. So you begin to feel the music again, as opposed to mixing with the mouse. If that makes
Yes,
sense.
yeah.
Nice. It's as I say, it's a very tactile thing, even though it's a touch-sensitive thing. It makes my life a lot easier, to be honest with you. When I'm working on a track, and if it's got a multitude of tracks, I'm working in groups, or I just want to, say for example, I've got 8 tracks of drums and I want to mix them perfectly. I prefer working with this because I can actually listen with my ears again, as opposed to seeing what's on the screen. You can sit back and actually properly listen to it. It's and as I say, it's that responsive. The accuracy is perfect for doing any editing or any on-the-fly punch in, punch out. The timing isn't an issue whatsoever. There's a few on the market like this, very similar, but I do find this one is very, very stable, and really flexible. It'll work with pretty much any door you throw it in, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Dead easy to set up as well. That's Mac or PC. We should mention that the stuff we're talking about today, it might be an iPad, it might be made by Apple, but it'll work with PC just as well. No
Nice.
problem at all. No problem at all.
And sorry, going back to the IO dock.
Yes.
When they release the newer ones, do you think these will come down in price at all, or will they stay the same?
I would say they would probably stay the same, because we're talking ballpark figures on things like the guitar amp kit will be about £229.
Yeah.
DM dock will be £199. And the IO dock at £139. To be honest with you, it's a steal.
I should have bought one.
Yeah.
Don't tell my wife.
I'm just demoing the shop one at the moment, but it is definitely on my birthday list, something like this, because it does make a heck of a difference. It's as I say.
Because I mean, GarageBand in itself is massive, isn't it?
Huge.
On the iPad, I can't get my head around it.
The iPad version of GarageBand, it was another one of those things. When I heard about it, I thought, is it going to be a gimmick?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
just absolutely. A few loops.
Yeah,
and that was it.
And what did you think when you played with it?
Well, I still am playing with it. That's the thing. Yeah. Like, as in, what I mean is, I'll find something new or something else I can do or something else. At the moment, I'm just doing the whole magic keyboard, magic drum.